Hello, Germany. Hello, Europe. Hello, world. Here we are back. Number 3, Alex and Ragnar, we welcome you to our show, and I welcome my second host, Ragnar. Hi.
Hey, Alex. We're super excited in our very first English-speaking show, and we've got very good reasons for this. But first of all, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining, especially me, because you will notice during this show, I should have been better in school for English. There are still some opportunities to get better. So
you can still say you to me.
Yes. Okay. So when I'm not talking and Ragnar is talking, you know why. Okay. We do our best. And so we see people coming in, and we would like to welcome you. Write in the comments, where are you from? Because this is now the European or the worldwide show. We have an American guest today. And so please tell us where you're from, and we take the time. And Ragnar, we have a look in the last week. What have we seen last week? You showed us a cool Teams device, right?
Exactly. Lenovo ThinkSmart View with the latest update, which is not released yet, called Display. And I've used this form factor the whole week, and especially I had it on my balcony. And I found it very exciting because this is a single tasking device. So every time when I had a Microsoft Teams meeting, I just used it on my balcony using my headset, and I just joined the meeting. I didn't do any multitasking. I didn't do Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever. And I found it very relaxing. So now, since a few days, I'm into this single tasking, reinventing simplicity. So it's a nice experience.
Yeah, pretty cool. You told me before the show, and I said, okay, I have that problem too, that I make too many things next to maybe a meeting. So this might be a good idea, and I will get also one of these devices, and we'll have a show on it also. So let's see how this works for me. So we see the people are coming in here, and yeah, joining here. Louise is also with
welcome,
us.
Our guest from last week.
Yeah, guest from last week. Also to talk about last week. Louise, we got great feedback. We had about more people who told me that they began doing Power Automate stuff till in the night, many hours, because they were so engaged of your
that is amazing,
session. Yeah, so that was really, really cool, and with good feedback. So, Bremen, it's near my hometown here in Nienburg. Very good.
And we have the winner. We have the winner also from the Sennheiser Epos. Hubert, hello. Hope you enjoy your speakerphone from Epos.
Very good. So, welcome you all. Switzerland, exactly. So let's see. We have our first session for today, and here is my jingle. So what we have in every show is a contest. It's just one small question you have to answer, and you can win. What you can win, or we will show the winner at the end of this show. So stay tuned till the end, and you might know what you have won. So the third prize we have is our No Mouse pad that we still have. It's all Teams shortcuts on. I cannot go any further. You cannot see it. It's not so good. So you can put this on your desk, and you always see the shortcuts for Teams. Then we have, of course, let me see, our Teams player T-shirt. Yeah, let's see. And in this case, we have two, because you won't believe me. In the first show, Florian wins the Teams player T-shirt, and the second show, also Florian wins the shirt. I couldn't believe that. He said, okay, I'm a real Teams player, and I will spend this T-shirt for the next show. So we have two T-shirts this time. And of course, we have a great big prize. It's here you can see the Voyager 4210. Let me see. It's already original. You can win this today.
It's beautiful.
Over 200 euros. And thank you very much for Poli. And maybe, Ragnar, you can tell us a bit about...
Absolutely. Let me share my screen to give you a little bit more of information here about this device. So the Poly is called Voyager 4200, and it is supporting obviously Microsoft Teams. It is certified for Teams. It is also certified for Alexa, so you can check your Amazon shopping using this device. 13 hours of battery life, and the most important thing, it has 2 microphones which are prepared and designed to reduce background noise. So if you are in your home office and your children or your wife is making noise or whatever, or your colleagues, it's going to reduce background noise, and it's very comfortable here and designed for Teams. It's the mono thing, so we have 2 different versions, and this price is the mono version. And yeah, if you don't use Teams, it's also certified for other solutions like Zoom and so on, and Skype and WebEx. So that's our price for the day, a perfect one for daily conferences.
Yeah, thank you also to Poli for spending this price. And how do you get it? So let me show you. So this is our contest with a short link. Well, when you're watching on your phone or stream, grab the phone from your partner and make a screenshot or a photo, or scan the QR code, and you will get to a forms form and just answer this great question. What are the special features of the Poly Voyager? And enter your name, your email address, your country you're living in, and hit enter. So during our first guest interview, you can use this and give us the right answer. I will show you the QR code also on the top right, on the top right. And so you can do it during the whole interview. And when Ragnar's part is about SharePoint, I will find the winner, and you will see it then at the end for all these prizes. So great. This was the first part, and so we are getting. Also, what I forgot. How can you find our stream? Right now, we are streaming on Facebook twice, on LinkedIn, Ragnar's account on LinkedIn, YouTube twice, Periscope, and on Twitch. We are having around 50 people watching us. Hello. And if you want to see more about us, you can also follow our YouTube account. Here are the 2 YouTube accounts. On the left, my account. On the right side is Ragnar account. Just hit the t1p.de and then our names, so you can follow us on YouTube. So we come to our first guest, and where is my jingle? Here it is. So welcome.
Hey, hello.
Hi everyone. It's so wonderful to be here. Wow, what an awesome show.
The pleasure's on our side.
It's so great to have you here, and I cannot do else than to tell the people how we met together. It was last year in summer. We already had a little bit contact on LinkedIn. Somehow it's just like social networks are, especially LinkedIn, to find new people. And you have been at Ignite and at Inspire last year in Las Vegas, and me too. And then we met there, and look what I found, the photo we've done at the Inspire. It was so fun to talk to you. And so I'm very, very thankful that you are.
I miss conferences so much.
I do too.
And I miss the US, yeah.
So great. And so that's the first thing might be good that you maybe introduce yourself a little bit, 2 or 3 minutes. Just talk about what are you doing, who are you, and what is your current job, and what we will talk about in some minutes. So,
yeah,
Pouneh, tell us about you.
Absolutely. Thank you. First of all, I'm so grateful to be on your show. This is amazing. And hello to everyone out there. This is incredible. I love connecting with everyone in the community, whether it's virtually or physically. But this is wonderful, considering the situations we're in. Just a little bit about me. So I began my career as a consultant at Deloitte Consulting when I was right out of school. And I spent about 18 years in Los Angeles, California, working in the media and entertainment industry. So all these great shows that you're doing, we did it in the media and entertainment industry. And during that time, I worked very, very closely with Microsoft. And so when an opportunity came up and I was ready to actually move to Washington, leave sunny California for rainy Washington, I decided, let me take this, let me take this chance. So today I'm a principal programmer at Microsoft in Core Services Engineering, which is the internal IT organization. So my users are all the 240,000 Microsoft users. And I focus on team productivity experiences through collaboration, communication, online meetings, and to really try and drive highly productive work environments for all our end users. Something about me too is my team and I led the migration from Skype for Business to Teams for over 240,000 users. So as you can imagine, that was quite a task, especially
that's the biggest migration on this planet.
It was quite a task.
And the first ever for Teams, because no one has done it before in this size. So
exactly.
So that might be one of the first questions, of course, to tell us about this story, how you came to this part. We just talked yesterday a little bit before, and I told you, don't tell me the story. I just want to hear it today. But it was very exciting. Just one thing before, for all our viewers, you can ask questions. Just give them in the comments, and after we have spoken a little bit to Pouneh, we can ask your questions to Pouneh directly. So, but Pouneh, just now, please tell us, how did you came to this part of introducing Teams, or what you told me, migrate from Skype to Teams, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We were tasked with migrating from Skype for Business to Teams, and we were, as you said, one of the first organizations, obviously, to do it. And all our customers were waiting for us to actually finish the migration. So we were under a tight deadline to deliver this, and we had to build our crews together, come up with a migration strategy, ensure that we met technical readiness. We had some requirements around technical readiness. We made sure that we wanted to win the hearts and minds of our employees. One of the big things is our organization is very focused on end user services, like the experience for the end user. So we wanted to really win the hearts. We didn't want to go back and say, here's another product that you need to learn and do. We knew that we had to build a value proposition for our users, for them to really embrace Teams. And so we had to really rethink our strategy. It wasn't just about let's migrate these users. We did make sure that we had requirements and transitioned when the product met our needs. And most importantly, we made sure that we had sponsorship and personalization so that it will help us ease the change, right? We talk about adoption. You guys are amazing about talking about adoption, but just as important is change management, right? Making sure there's adoption and change management so you have sponsorship from your leaders to be able to drive this and make it successful. And, as I look at this global community, I was told, one of the first things I was told is, Pouneh, how are you going to be able to scale globally? Like, what is your thinking about, you can't be the trainer. You can't have one person training, in the US. We need to think globally. And so we really had to be smart. We had to think about how do we get to scale at a mass amount of numbers without having huge numbers of teams, right? I had 10 people on my team, and we worked very closely with our product group partners. But we had to think outside the box. And that's where we came up with this Teamwork Champions community. And we thought, how do we build this community and get people excited about this migration and get people to help one another and drive this training and support across the world? And so, we built the Teamwork Champion communities. We created digital badges on our profiles so that people would be recognized and that we knew that they were part of this community. And we started with just 28 users. I'll tell you, we hand selected the most passionate users, the most vocal users in our communities that were in training sessions with us and on Yammer. And we quickly grew that to over 1,500 users. And it's never been done that before at Microsoft like that. We've never had that kind of excitement, enthusiasm, and scale. And a lot of it was because we needed, again, make sure that there was some fundamentals that we asked people, what are we going to do with this program? We're going to make sure it's global. We're going to make sure that our champions are identifiable through the badges, so everybody in the community knows who to go to and who to ask questions. And we're going to make sure they have monthly calls and they have access to our product group partners about what's coming, what new features are going to be available. And then they can go out to their customers and the users and be able to share this knowledge. So it was really, really important that we build this huge community of champions to drive the training and adoption at scale. And what did they get, for helping us? Because this was just a second job to them, right? This wasn't their regular job. This was on top of what they're doing at Microsoft. So it's
yes. I've got a simple question. How did you find these champions? How did you start with this dog food champion change agent network? How do you pick them?
Ragnar, excellent questionnaire. So we actually just handpicked them. We have a Teams Yammer community, and we started doing Art of Teamwork training for everyone. This was like a level 100 training class to educate people what is Teams, right? Because when it first came out, we didn't have a lot of content around it, and we wanted to make sure that all our users knew how to use it. And so as we were conducting training sessions, we basically identified the people that were most engaged, that had the most questions, that really showed a lot of passion for the product. And we selected these 28 people and said, can you help us? We'll give you, this badge. We're going to give you swags. We're going to give you stickers so that people know who to go to. What we need from you is, as we're doing this rollout, be a part of this community. We built a Teams community, and it's called Champions Network. And it's basically, we have channels that provide training and resources and access to everything for our community. And then what we said is, be a part of this community. You'll get all these swags and items to be recognized. And in return, we'll provide you everything you need to be successful. And so it quickly just grew like wildfire. I mean, we were amazed. We were never expecting to have 1,500 champions. And even a year later, it's the most active community at Microsoft and the most active team at Microsoft.
I love it. And I really love the sentence you just said. You from MSIT said to the champions, how can we from MSIT help you to do your job better?
Yes,
I love it. So that's so important, because a lot of people are just motivated by just brand new toys and new gadgets and new tools. But here you ask now, how can we make your daily business work better?
Yeah,
and imagine, Ragnar, when Teams came out, we implemented it at our company from the first day, I think. And remember what was not possible to do with Teams.
Yes.
So many things you could not do. No guests.
Yeah.
I can't remember what not was able to, what you not could do with Teams, and and then you have to tell all the people you migrate from Skype to Teams, and there are so many functions not in.
Yes,
I think this you need people around you who really love this software to get this
and
done.
the most important thing is when Teams was launched, I was still working at Microsoft, and what I've seen is the Microsoft really could share the vision. So even if dozens or hundreds of features were still missing, there was a vision shared. This was just motivating and driving us. And we were patient and we could wait because we knew that there's something bigger coming.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what's most important to remember is, going back and thinking about when this product became GA, there was a lot of missing features, and for us too. And our users at Microsoft, not only customers, but our users at Microsoft didn't want to move. The minute we said we were going to migrate them, there was hesitation because they were used to Skype for Business and they didn't want to, it was hard to be constantly learning a new product, and they weren't confident that it had all the features. So we really had to build a strong value proposition. We had to be authentic and share, what does that user experience look like for you, so that we could build that trust and ensure that as we go through the migration, the experience would get better and better. And so it was really important to be able to have some, frequently asked questions, have an internet site, on SharePoint where you were really communicating everything. What are the issues that we have today with Teams? What are the upcoming features? So that people could go there and reference, what's happening day to day, right?
Yeah. Pouneh, when you think about your most difficult end users and the most difficult departments or countries, how did you convince them? What did you do to bring the blocking ones who don't want change, who are resistant to change? How could you convince them? Do you have some magic sauce to share here with us?
I'll tell you, a lot of it comes down to the change management, as you said, right? We did have very difficult users because they were accustomed doing things a certain way. And so what we needed to do is build a framework for, our champions, not our champions, our change management agents. And with that, so we got our leaders in our organization to really sponsor teams and say, we need your organization. This is the timing. We had a phased rollout approach, 7 different waves. And we brought the teams together by looking at data behind the scenes and saying, who collaborates with who, right? And the key thing was we wanted to bring these users in, have the leadership really sponsor everyone, and share, what those challenges would be, what the experiences be. And really what really helped us, I'll tell you that nobody knows, is that we had a lot of data behind the scenes. Now you have to see this. And we started creating a little healthy competition. So one thing I didn't tell you is I came from the gaming industry. I worked at the games industry. So when I came in, that's why we created the digital badges and we created the champions programs. And then we said, let's create some healthy competition and start showing data to the leaders and seeing how they compare to one another. And quickly our leaders were like, wait a minute, how come my team's not using the chat? How come my team's not using meetings? How come? And so people started asking, right? And then the leaders started bringing this. Yes,
Super.
It's critical.
That's a very good use case.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's very interesting because in my company, we haven't done this type of change management before, because just like IT companies are, we are not used to do this the way. And when I remember our first project, that was like, okay, guys, here is Teams. You can chat here. Any questions? Please start. So that was not a good idea. I'm feeling still sorry for this. And when I remember how you do this, and we talked a lot about, and you pushed many information over the net. And so we started also for some years now with our swags, as you might have seen before, our Teams player t-shirts and champions t-shirts and stickers and whatever. So this is really helping. And because Teams is so emotional, it's not just like a tool for one person. It's a tool for more people. It's Teams, of course. So everybody has to play with this. And I think this is really important to get all the people together and to communicate in a different way when you introduce or adopt Microsoft Teams, like this more emotional thing. And I have big respect for your work. I think you could not copy from any other because you started doing this for the first time. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So, do you have some key facts for us? Maybe some points what we can use that could help us? What you learned during this process?
Yeah, so
Absolutely. I actually have some best practices, and I felt
Great.
that because, you guys are really focused on adoption and driving this change, just share some of these best practices. One, as I said, making sure that you're engaging your users, right? It's from day one. Let them know what that experience looks like. Share information, over communicate as far as I'm concerned, because even when you over communicate, you think that people understand what's going on. They don't. It became very, very clear to us. Offer training, whether it's physical, whether it's remote. Make sure it's scalable. Make sure it's available 24/7, whether it's on the web. It's really important to have people access this information. We built not only training programs as far as different levels, level 100, level 200, level 300, we also built snackable videos. Raise awareness. I talked about that, making sure, let's have marketing campaigns. Let's do digital. Let's do physical. Do these amazing swags. We actually had a program called Teams Tuesdays, and we do Teams Tuesday tips. And every Tuesday we post videos and tips about Teams. And it got people excited. We went into the cafeterias at the time,
nice.
went to different buildings and just shared all our information and gave t-shirts out just to get people excited. Fostering cultural change, right? Making sure you have those change agents, whether they're leaders or they're agents in the organization, like the champions community, that can help support the community with training, with questions, anything that they need to help ease that change, right? Measuring readiness. One of the key things for us was to really put some dashboards together to understand adoption readiness, to understand training effectiveness, and as well as really monitor usage of Teams, chat, meetings, calling, to understand where we were. And as we went through the migration through the different phases, we had success criteria. And so at that point, we had this check and said, we need to check all these boxes. Are we ready to go to the next phase? And so always measuring and looking back, and then being able to iterate and adjust. If things weren't going well, if we heard feedback that wasn't going well, we would adjust and we would either pull back or move faster. And then lastly, what I talked about, these champions community, just like this amazing global community that you have today with the broadcast that you're doing on your show, build upon that. They are our lifelines. They're the ones that help get the message out. They can help build the energy and excitement and support your organizations or your companies and your customers. So really, these are some of the best practices we felt are really important during the migration.
Great.
And the most important thing is you are definitely leading by example, and all the senior leadership, the whole SLT is leading by example. And that's for a lot of employees super important to see that it's not only, MSIT who wants a change, but really the whole CVP level from Satya down to his directs. Everybody is using Teams, and not only using Teams for calls and meetings, but also sharing, chatting, going into the conversation, writing less emails,
yes,
and really using the tools. And that's a big difference just compared to Skype, which was always strong for audio and video and so on, but lacking this collaboration factor. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. The time is going on, and we have a look at the community. When we have
we have more questions now. We are
and we have a look at this. Daniel is asking, how do you handle the team's governance internally? Oh, that's a big question.
That's a big question. I might have to take a topic and bring our next host on that one.
Yeah,
We take governance very seriously, just so you know. We do have processes in place. While we allow our organization and users to create teams, we have different policies for guests versus Teams users, employees. We also manage Teams sprawl through 180-day reviews. We have automatic reminders to renew the groups, renew the teams, so that we're not growing them wide. Having massive sprawl. But I could definitely talk about this I think I spent an hour this morning at 7 a.m. It's a big topic. Definitely I can help bring someone in to talk about that too for your next show.
Let's have a look at Tomislav. Sorry, Ragnar.
Oh, no, please go on. Yeah.
Okay. With all the technology and the current speed of delivery of new features, we must not forget the end users. There are still people who mostly just want to do their actual job. Is this the right way? So he's asking too many updates to adapt this to the people. I know what Tomislav is talking about. I have to renew my slides almost every week, I think. And yeah, that's quite tough. But
your slides are
really
evergreen.
cool.
Yeah.
But we have to challenge this, or this is the adoption part
Exactly.
where there must be a challenge. So let's see.
I would also like to, sorry. Okay, Ryan, please.
Ryan, have to admit, I cringe a bit when I'm in Teams and see that the person I'm chatting with is in Skype.
Ooh, bad.
So we have also some positive feedback. Okay,
and
sorry.
I would like to highlight this question, because this is this is also a very difficult question, but maybe Pouneh, you've got some answer here. Really, we talked about all the goodness and all the best practices, but let's focus also on the very challenging things.
Absolutely. I would let you know that change management was probably the most challenging. Other than there was technical eligibility requirements behind the scenes, there's a lot of technology challenges that we had to face because of the different countries and regulations in telephony. That was a challenge for us because we had to look at that per phase, per country, and make sure we were meeting those requirements. But thinking about just some of these best practices implementation, I think change management was critical because not a lot of people at Microsoft have focused on that when they're deploying products. We're a tech company, and so people just drive technology. And we stepped back and said, we have to do this a better way. We need to make sure our leaders understand the value proposition, and we need to make sure our users understand this, because we're taking a product away from them, something that they're accustomed to using. So now we're saying, use this. It was a big change, and we had to create new toolkits, globalized toolkits for every country, so they knew how to support it. So I would say that was one of the most challenging areas, other than some of the technical challenges we had behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So let's see. Question is how... I have to read it first. Question: how did MSFT internally teach the name Teams team? Yeah, that's one I'm always challenging with.
Yes.
When I'm talking about teams in Teams, there are some teams.
Yes. We have that challenge every day. We give that feedback to our product partners, but some things we can control.
So we have also some great feedback for you. They are very happy to hear what you said. Just see some chat messages here. Okay, I didn't see Ryan is from America in Heidelberg. Welcome, Ryan. Great.
Nice.
And Daniel, once more, thank you for the input. So, Heino. That could be
some free training.
Pouneh, if you heard about that, they deleted some chats at KPMG.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Pouneh, I'm very thankful. We are very thankful that you entered our show here and you entertained us so good. It was so amazing to hear what you have done in your organization and what you have to challenge. So thank you very much. Also, your best practices. I think this was a really good thing for us to see how you did that and what was
Thank you. It was an honor. Thank you so much for having me. And I just wish much success to all your shows. And I can't wait to see more. This is amazing. Thank you.
Pleasure's on our side. Hopefully see you soon when we can travel again.
I hope so.
We'll be finally on site again. Yeah. So.
Yes. Hopefully next summer we will all be together.
Yeah. Super.
Okay.
So, thank you very much, Pouneh, and we hear the next time. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
So now, Ragnar, we have the next challenge, I think.
Yes.
So we're talking about SharePoint. What have you prepared?
Okay, so let's see. Do we have enough time? Then then I'm going to share it. We can also maybe make. Okay. So I have prepared a video, which, sorry, just give me one more second. So the following, I have created a video which shows in literally 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, how to create a fancy, cool, good-looking SharePoint lookbook template, a modern SharePoint template, and then I will show to you how to migrate it directly into a Teams app. Hey, some news around SharePoint lookbook templates. They have arrived now for school. And now I need some feedback from the audience. If you can hear my voice, if it's loud enough. And maybe you're asking now, why do you need a special template? Because you can already work with modern sites and so on, modern team templates. But the thing is, this kind of modern team sites, they are somewhere okay. They're not too bad. Please give me a comment if it's not loud enough, and I can do a voiceover. Which are really relevant for a school daily life. The same for the Teams version. If you go to Teams, it's not really made for schools, and that's the reason why it makes sense to look into the lookbook. And the lookbook you can find if you go to ragnar.de and search for lookbook. It's an Azure site, and I'm going directly now into the lookbook section. If you look deeper here into the SharePoint lookbook, you will see different kind of templates. So for example, there are templates for leadership, connections, crisis communication, COVID-19, of course, benefits, AR sites, news sites. And we are going to focus here on the school templates, which are new and just released a few days ago. Here, as I said, school homepage templates, staff pages, and now we are going to pick the classroom template. And here I just click on add to my tenant. And then I have to add the email address of my tenant and then also the site URL of my class site, which I'm going to just paste right now. And now the magic is going to happen. It's validating the prerequisites. Yes, please. Provisioning has started. Okay, the provisioning process took like 2 or 3 minutes, and now I've got a school class SharePoint page and also a page for the whole school, which is this one. It looks beautiful. I'm very happy here with this kind of layout look and feel, and also with the features and web parts. And the next challenge is, how can I get this SharePoint site embedded in Teams as a separate Microsoft Teams app? So the thing what we have to do now is we go directly here into Teams. But before we jump into Teams, we need to do a little step in the admin center of Teams. And here in the admin center, which you can access as an, obviously Teams admin, you have the possibilities to modify the permission policies of Teams. And the most important thing is here, allow custom apps and third-party apps. So just click here and allow. And this might take a few hours. So yeah, here in my case, it took just a few minutes, but it takes a few hours to roll out on your tenant. The next step would be you go directly into Teams. You would go here into this 3-dotted part, and you would search for App Studio, and then it would open the App Studio, which is the most relevant tool next to Visual Studio to build a Teams app. And it's already built in Teams, so you just need Teams App Studio. To save time, I've already added a new app here. This app is called School SharePoint. So I've already done it. I'm going to walk you through each single step, what you have to do. So the first step after creating the app is you give it a beautiful name. So in my case, I call it School SharePoint. Then I just generated an app ID. So just click on generate, and then you get a unique ID. Then I gave it a package name and a version name. So in my case here, 100. I gave a description, School SharePoint, full description. So I just kept it simple and just named everything School SharePoint. So just simple copy and paste. And then the developer information about my name and my website and so on. If I'm a partner, I can also enter the partner network ID, and then also the URL of the app and the terms of use. So just, I did it simple and did just copy and paste. And then I went from the app details into the tabs. And here I have added the personal tab. And I call it School SharePoint. I didn't work with bots, so I skipped the bots part. I skipped the connectors. I skipped the messaging extensions. I just added languages here. So I took German, and you can also add more languages and add the regions here, like Germany and so on. So that's possible. And then the domains. And here the important thing is you just mentioned the SharePoint side of your tenant. And yeah, that's pretty much it. In the app manifest, you have to make sure, and that's a little bit tricky part, you have to make sure that you paste here the URL of your school page. So the new fancy cool looking school page is here, and there is also a redirect. So that's the tricky part. So please take care that you're working here with this redirect. So it goes to the SharePoint side, uses a Teams logon ASPX, and then redirects. So that's actually the most complicated part. And then you just click on the test and distribute. You click on install, and then you install this school SharePoint app, and it's going to take not more than 2 or 3 seconds. And then voila, your school SharePoint page is now part of Teams, and you've got a beautiful, branded, modern communication site, especially for schools, embedded as a Teams app. Thanks for watching. So
thanks for watching.
We are
Very good. Thank you very much, Ragnar. Well, let's see if some questions are here. A little bit louder.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Chris, for your comment. Okay. So when I have a look at the clock, I think we just go further on. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. So what we want to talk about now are the next upcoming community days here in Europe and the world. Not only Germany this time, because we have the international show today. And the first thing I want to show you is the Teams Community Day. It is done in Germany, but we have special English tracks within. So please come to the Teams Community Day of the MVP partners. Ragnar, Raphael Kölner is there, and also Tomislav, who is attending this show today. So I will also be there as a speaker. And so we're happy to see you on the 9th of September. And go to the webpage, and when you're German, all sessions are good for you, or maybe look at the English sessions for this Community Day. And the next one. Let's see. Of course, the Modern Workplace Summits we have at the end of September and 1st of October. Also a big Teams event where I'm also very happy to attend this event as a speaker. And we will see many sessions on these 2 days. It's also a free to attend. So what you can see on the QR code is where you can enter your credentials to register now for this event. So come to the Modern Workplace Summit. Great guests and speakers. Okay, and the next one is, of course, Chris, here we go. The Teams Fest. Organized by Chris, Adam, Vesku, and Chris. Also a great community event, 1 day on the 7th of October from the morning till the evening. Many tracks, very good tracks with top speakers. And as I may say, I'm very happy to attend this as a speaker.
I will talk about NDI and Teams. Live streaming.
You are also also great, and NDA must be also a topic here in our show next time. So this is really great as the upcoming events, and what we also have, of course, from Rocks.community, from the Collaboration Summit, extra learning days and sponsor days at 26th of October and 27th of October. You have to enter. From the beginning of the 1st of September, you can register, and it's up to 200 people per tutorial. So you have to be quick on the 1st of September to go with this learning day. Great events, great sessions, and also with no cost. And last thing,
everybody who's organizing. So we really appreciate everybody's work to organize it here. That's amazing.
Yeah, great community work. And of course, we have to tell about the POLEDU webcast that's upcoming. This is one in German at the 8th of September. And our special guest, Luise, from last week is also here at the event. So for the German people, you can watch this POLEDU webcast about the digital solutions for education. Okay, I think, that was it. So the last thing we have to talk about are the prices. So when I look at the 1 or 2 minutes, it's okay, it's no problem.
Yeah.
So let's see our content. Last time it was a little bit difficult because I tried to find the winner, and you could look, and this was too much stress for me. So I did this already during this show from Ragnar with a SharePoint, and you will now see the third prize. Our mousepad goes to, oh, you cannot read it, Philip Cohn. Philip Cohn won the mousepad, and the next, the one of the T-shirts go to Marlene. Marlene, I just have her name and her email address. It's no problem, Marlene. We will get it to you. Also, one T-shirt is for Lothar Müller. Lothar Müller, you won one of the T-shirts. And the main prize, our Poly Voyager 4210, goes to Thorsten Küsters. Thorsten, you won this great prize. So we will send you an email and you can give us your address, and we hope you have much fun with this. So Ragnar, that was it. So let's see what we have in the upcoming week. It's also a great guest upcoming. Harald Schirmer is attending our show. This might be only a German version next week, so I'm sorry for all the others, but this is a German show with Harald Schirmer. He is Manager Digital Transformation at Continental, and we are very happy to have them in our show. And one of the main things from Harald is the part of learning. How do we get learning to the people? I remember I met him in one session or one event. And what we have, a special prize this time, is 3 free seats at the Heise Online Teams Seminar. It's a deep dive Microsoft Teams seminar for end users, and it's on the 17th of September from 9 to 1 o'clock in the morning, and one seat is about 169 euros. So we have 3 of these seats, and so over 500 euros for the price for next week. So we are happy with this, and we are facing for Harald in our show next week. So that was it, Ragnar.
Super.
So let's see if we have still some comments, and then we can up this. Yeah, Harold is amazing. Correct, Philip. And
so it's all about Teams adoption at Continental, and he is leading the biggest change agent network. So he's going to share the top secrets and the secret sauce about how to create this network of change agents to make a rollout successful.
Yeah, Heino, I have to talk to you. When we were from Heise about Teams, isn't it a joke? Yeah, maybe I did not tell you. This is the speaker is me. So it's about 4 hours, Alex, live in this show. So this is really one of the best webinars. I trust me. This is really cool. You will see me 4 hours about Teams deep dive. So yeah, great. Some help me, Ragnar. Some people are giving us great feedback here, so we are a little bit late now. But this was also a great show. Nice to have you here. And so, Ragnar, thank you very much.
It was a pleasure, like always. Can't wait for next week.
And we will see next week.
Please tell us, everybody in the comments, please tell us which other guests you would like to see, which topics you would like to cover. So we live and breathe from your feedback and your comments. That is our applause.
So thank you very much, and goodbye for tonight.
Goodbye, world.